Okay, folks, it's your buddy, your pal. I'm careful because I don't want him to come out and get me. I just saw the movie. I'm afraid to say the title because I can only say it 5 times and then I'll be killed. So I saw this movie twice now. I saw it, I want to say, on the opening day, which I think was last Thursday, and just some truth. I was very tired that day. I didn't have much sleep the night before. So I was all excited to see the movie, of which I cannot say the title, but I was really kind of falling asleep, to be quite honest. And I think now that I've seen the movie a second time, I was fully aware, I was fully alert of my situation, my surroundings. I can say that that was not the movie's fault. I was just at a point of exhaustion the first time I saw this movie. So now that I've seen it a second time and I'm fully alert and fully awake, I can tell you that similar to the original 1992 movie of the same title, and I did not see the sequel a few years later, I can tell you that this is a very well made, thought provoking film. And I think similar to the one that was made, 30 years ago, it may not get its just due. It might be a movie ahead of its time or just too intelligent. No offense to the horror genre, but I mean, I think a movie like this is pretty loaded. I think there's some references to the first two films that I'm not even catching because I didn't do my homework and I didn't go back and watch the prior two films. I don't have time to do that for all these franchise films, all these films that have sequels and reboots after 20 or 30 years. I guess they're expecting us to go back and watch all these films and be prepped. Sorry, folks, I've got other things to do. That's why I like standalone movies. But this particular movie I enjoyed. Okay, I mean it's a scary movie. This Jordan Peele individual really does like the horror stuff. If you now, he did not direct this thing or write it, but he produced. If you saw Us and Get Out, this film, of which I will not say the title because we can only say it 5 times and then we all die, but this film kind of falls into that thing. They're thought-provoking movies. They're using the horror template or the horror paradigm to discuss bigger issues as I gather myself and I prepare to go to my vehicle and see people coming out of the theater. It's nice to go to the movie theater, folks. Now, I'll be honest, this movie theater is kind of the one I go to because they're open the latest. Like, they're open late, but they don't have the best screens here. They don't have the best audio and visual. You kind of feel like you're in a pretty decent 1997 movie theater. You know what I mean? Like the seats don't really recline, and like I said, it's the theater is good, but it's not as good as some of the others. But I still subscribe to their plan. You can also chime in here, folks, with comments if you like. If you want to have a comment or a question, feel free. This is live. This is Saturday night. It's rocking. So that's it. I mean, I saw this movie now for 2 times in the last, I guess, 9 days. And I really do like it more the second time because, as I was saying earlier, I was really dead tired. Now, I'll get into some of the exactness of this film, what I liked about it. I'll try to be spoil free. The lead actor guy in this thing is quite good. I'm not sure who he is. I don't watch all the television shows that people watch. People watch all these television programs and Netflix specials and Hulu shit. I'm busy doing my own thing, so I can't watch every goddamn TV series that's on TV or Netflix. So I don't know if this actor is famous, and I've just been missing the boat on his deal, okay? Because that happens a lot. Like, oh, you didn't know who this fucker was? Sorry, I'm too busy living my own fucking life. I don't have time to know every other person's resume. I'm too busy working on my own goddamn life and projects. But this guy is quite good. And the woman that plays his, and he's an artist, Anthony McCoy, and he is in Chicago. Now, if you're a Chicagoan, which I'm not, and I've never even been to Chicago, but if you are from Chicago, I'd be interested in knowing your thoughts and opinions on these Candyman films. If you feel that they show your city and the plight with a PLI, is it appropriate? Okay, I'd be interested in your comment. What else? There's some really good stuff in this movie, and like I said, I feel like I almost said it. I feel like this series is almost too intelligent for the masses. Even a couple of weeks, 9 days ago when I went to see it, I was going to come out of there pissing and groaning about the movie. But then I forced myself. I said, you know what? I didn't give this movie a fair chance. I was sleeping during the film. I was exhausted. I had little to no sleep the night before. So how can I judge this film when I'm not fully at my best as a viewer? So that's why I went to see it again. And I'm glad I did. But the topic of, let's put all the gentrification, all the horrible race stuff, my buddy David Graz, kick it in. Mikey, those movies will give you nightmares. They will. But I'm a big boy, buddy. You know that. I can handle it. So the real thing in this movie, David, is the artist. He's becoming a part of the horror. The artist is summoning the spirit, the demented, psychotic spirit of the evilness that exists in Chicago by saying the name 5 times. He's summoning the spirit, and he can't help himself. Like a moth to the flame, he's bringing the evil upon himself, and other people do this same thing throughout the film. Teenage girl does it. She goes to the art exhibit, and she can't help herself, and she drags her friends into it. And the art exhibit owner and all these people, they just can't help themselves. They have to say the name. So I think it's pretty interesting stuff. I feel like this character back in his time, the 90s, was kind of overshadowed by the Freddy Kruegers and the Jason Voorhees and the Michael Myers. Like, this character never got his full credit or his full due. The OG, Tony Todd, never got his full Robert Englund flowers, if you would. So it's nice to see this reboot. I like the way they address the original 2 stories. And like I said, I saw the original, but not the second one. And I feel like I missed out now. Virginia Madsen, the lovely Virginia Madsen from Sideways and other films, is mentioned throughout this thing. There's a movie she did with Don Johnson that was quite erotic. People might remember, or David might at least. It was Jennifer Connelly, Virginia Madsen, and Don Johnson did a movie together. Now, there's all these things in this film: gentrification, how this character came to be. He was actually a victim, we're learning now. He was a victim, and now he's kind of a totem, if you would. And some pretty profound shit, to be quite honest. And it's all packed into this movie that's listed at being 90 minutes. Now, it did seem a little bit longer than that for me, to be honest with you. So I don't know if it was only 90 minutes, but that's what they're claiming. Once again, I enjoyed this film. I don't know if it's everybody's cup of tea. You want to take your grandma Mildred. Paul Hedrick Network is chiming in. Oh, you said the name. Saw. You can't say the name, Paul. The original didn't get much credit, but this remake was awesome. Definitely stayed true to the original and left enough room for more if writers choose. Very good, Paul. But the thing is, buddy, you made me say the name. Candyman. Now I've said it twice, Paul. I've said the name Candyman twice. Now I've said it 3 times, Paul. I said it. I've said Candyman 4 times, Paul. Please, Paul. Don't make me say his name again. I said the name. I said the name of